This is Zach. So today I want to cover a common contract mishap that I've been seeing a little bit too frequently. So that is the concept of adding business days to a contract. Although the contract already defines how you calculate days, some agents go over and above and add their own terminology, their own way to calculate deadlines. And that can lead to a lot of trouble. And so I want to show different sources because some agents might say, well, he's not right or he's way in left field. So I want to show you different sources of how this can get you in trouble. So you might see an offer submitted. Maybe you have a listing, an offer submitted by another agent, and it could say 5 bus days. I've seen this quite commonly. And although bus days, what is a bus day? We could infer or make an assumption they're meaning business days. But again, that's just a loose assumption. We don't know what this is, 5 bus days. Or you might see, I've seen this recently too, 10 biz days. Well, what's a biz day? We don't know what that is. Again, we can imply it's a business day, or you'll see business. Now, here's where this can get you in trouble. What is a business day? We all commonly think Monday through Friday, except a holiday, but that's just what we're assuming. That's not defined in the contract. It's not defined in special stipulations. Well, what is a business day? We just put 10 business days. What does Walmart, a gas station, what do those have in common? They're both businesses, and guess what? They're open Saturday and Sunday. So which business are we talking about? Again, we're just making an assumption that everybody's on the same page Monday through Friday, but we could very well, a seller or a buyer, either party, could make an assumption that, well, Walmart's a business, they're open every single day. A lot of banks are open on Saturdays. Does that mean it's Monday through Saturday? We really don't know. And we're just taking a chance that everybody assumes the same thing. And if you have any doubt or think I'm kind of all the way in left field, here's some different sources. So one is a hotline response from the attorney that represents TAR. So I asked the same question. Earnest money is due within 5 days. Couldn't this cause confusion? And the attorney responded, I agree that in writing business days creates ambiguity in the contract. Business days is defined in federal codes as Monday through Friday, except the legal public holidays. It would be up to a court, however, to determine if the time period was to be business days or calendar days. And I don't know about you, I don't want to leave it up to a court to decide. I would rather have everything up front. Every party knows what's happening. So when we add the word business days without defining that, that can get us in trouble. That can leave it up to the courts to decide. We don't want that. Let's go back to our contract, for example. And if we scroll down to right here, this is how you calculate days in a contract. In the event of a performance deadline, other than the closing date, date of possession, completion of repair deadline, and offer expiration date. So other than those 4 things, if this performance deadline occurs on a Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday, the performance deadline shall extend to the next following business day. So it doesn't really make sense to add a legal liability to put 5 biz days for earnest money, for example, when already by default, if it ends on a Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday, it extends to the next day anyways, the next business day. So why add biz? Why add ambiguity to the contract? Furthermore, it normally ends at 11:59 p.m. You can see right here, local time. So if it extends to the next following business day, let's go to a calendar, for example. Let's say an earnest money deposit is due by a Saturday. Maybe that's day 5. Well, it can't end on a Saturday. So it can't end on a Sunday. So it goes to Monday, as long as that's not a holiday. So Monday, the next following business day, and it would be 11:59 p.m. on Monday. This 11:59 p.m. applies to if it gets pushed to the next business day. Here's again, proof from the attorney. Correct. In the event a performance deadline rolls over, it would still be 11:59 p.m. the next day. So that's where, when we add 5 biz days here, also we make an assumption it's Monday through Friday, but that's days. What about time frame? We don't say business days are defined as Monday through Friday and ends at 5 p.m. local time. We don't set that standard of, hey, it's Monday through Friday and the timeline. And we don't say, well, what about public holidays? So that's the danger of adding this. If we go one step further, just to kind of drive the point home, a business day is a popular unit of time measure that typically refers to any day in which normal businesses operations are conducted. In Western countries, this is generally considered to be Monday through Friday. So I don't know about you, but typically and generally are very subjective terms. They make assumptions. They imply one thing. And typically and generally, we don't want to get sued. but it could happen. So why add this extra layer of liability? If we go to Webster's Dictionary, for example, one step further, a day when most businesses are open. A weekday that is not a holiday. But if you look up the definition of a weekday, any day of the week except Sunday, or now usually except Saturday and Sunday. Again, I don't usually want to leave this up to somebody else to interpret. Why not define it? If we go here, even closing disclosures, a business day is defined as all calendar days except Sundays and the federal public holidays. So if we go back here, what I really recommend is just leave this alone. Go according to what's in the contract already. Why have maybe the earnest money on one set of counter for when it ends, and then the contract by default uses a different system to count? Now you're trying to track two different ways to count days within the contract. That just makes things confusing. And then if you must use business days, if you absolutely must use business days, define it in special stipulations. So business days are Monday through Friday and end at 5 p.m. local time. And then you'd make a note about holidays as well. So if it hits a holiday, it would go to the next business day after that. So this is just a way to avoid a common contract mishap that I've seen. Whether you are a listing agent and receiving offers like this, you should get that term removed. Or if you are a buyer's agent submitting an offer on behalf of your buyer, I suggest just go with what the contract says. It already defines it. It already pushes it to, if it's a Saturday, Sunday, or legal holiday, to the next day anyways. So let's not add legal liability. If you have any questions, let me know. And until next time, see you guys later.